Alright guys and girls, today we are tackling one of the craziest One Piece what ifs ever. Forget Marineford, forget Ace, forget everything you think you know, because we're asking the question, what if Garp, the hero of the Marines himself, just said screw it and walked away, joined Dragon to build a revolutionary army? Imagine a man who punched mountains, trained Roger's son, rejected admiral promotions, suddenly just flipping sides. The world would have not survived that unchanged. Grab some snack, this timeline is about to get wild. So let's set the stage. In canon, Dragon starts the revolutionary army after seeing how messed up the world is. Meanwhile, Garp stays in the Marines because I can protect people from the inside. But what if something happens that finally breaks him? We're going to use the Ohara incident in this turning point. Picture this, Garp actually shows up to Ohara. He sees Sakazuki blow up a refugee ship. Innocent kids, families, scholars, just all gone. And Dragon is there too, watching. He walks up to Garp and he basically drops this emotional nuke. Dad, how long are you gonna pretend that the Marines stand for justice? And that is the very moment that everything changes. Garp doesn't go back, he chooses Dragon. He leaves the Marines, boom. The complete timeline is shattered. Okay, so what happens next? The Marines, that's pure chaos. The recruitment dips. Soldiers are confused. Like, imagine being a new Marine and hearing that, wait, the hero of the Marines? He quit? Are we the bad guys? Admiral Sengoku suddenly loses the one guy who could calm everyone down. Aokiji starts questioning everything way earlier. Akainu, well, oh boy, he turns into a walking volcano of rage and makes it his personal mission to destroy Dragon and anyone related to him. Meanwhile, the world government is panicking. This isn't just some pirate defecting. This is the guy who almost killed Rocks. They immediately speed up the Pacifista production. They expand CP0 assassinations. They start secretly targeting anyone with the D name. And the pirate world, Whitebeard literally laughs. Kaido, he smells war. Shanks, well, Shanks watches quietly, as always. What is he doing? Well, we don't know. This is where the timeline gets completely awesome. In canon, Dragon's army is kinda like a bunch of cool freedom fighters. But there's no real military structure. Now, let's add Garp. Suddenly, the revolutionary army has training camps, proper chains of command, battle strategy based on the Rocks era of knowledge, navy infiltration plans. Garp basically becomes the general, the Iron Grandpa of the revolution. And it can get even crazier. Look, the kids could stay together. In canon, Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, they separate. But here, Dragon and Garp could keep them together. Luffy still eats his fruit, he still becomes Joy Boy, but his dreams change. Instead of, I want to be Pirate King, it becomes, I want to free everyone. Ace grows up, not hiding his bloodline, but completely embracing it. He becomes the Fire Fist of the revolution, not just Whitebeard's son figure. And Sabo, he becomes the brain of the three, strategist, planner, the guy who says, Ace, please don't go rushing in. In canon, the revolutionaries mostly operate in the shadows, but with Garp, they would start much earlier. Imagine this, Alabasta Saga. Instead of Luffy stopping Crocodile, Ace, Dragon, and the battalion of revolutionaries drop in. Boom, live broadcast. And everyone gets to see Crocodile's plan exposed to the entire world. Cobra goes on a global transponder snail, and he says, we are a free kingdom. We will not pay our tributes to the world government anymore. Suddenly, the entire world is like, wait, is that even an option? Drum Kingdom. Instead of Wapol being chased away by pirates, the revolutionaries overthrow him as a statement. Fishman Island. Dragon allies with Jinbei way earlier. Poseidon becomes linked to the revolutionaries' plot. Arlong, well, he never reaches the East Blue. Every victory causes another one. Domino line of freedom, you could say. Sorbet Kingdom, Drum Kingdom, Alabasta, Kano, Voltago, Elba, it all makes contact. This becomes known as, I don't know, you could call it an age of rebellion. But what about the Yonko and Marines versus the Revolutionaries? At some point, Kaido's gonna get fed up. His weapons factory's gonna start drying up. His slave markets are gonna close. Countries are gonna stop paying tribute. So Kaido, what's he gonna do? He's gonna attack. And this is where the anime would give us the sickest arc ever. Revolutionaries versus Beast Pirates in Wano. And this is way before Joywood. Picture this. Dragon storms clashing with Kaido's thunder. Ace and Sabo burning factory lines. Garp versus King or Queen in an old man brawl. CP0 shows up thinking that they can just clean up, and they immediately will regret this. Meanwhile, the Marines spiral into madness. Marineford? Well, that never happens in this timeline, because Ace isn't even a pirate. He's the number 2 of the Revolutionary Commander. Akainu? He's losing his mind in this timeline. He declares every person with a D in their name is a threat. This officially marks the beginning of the final war. So what does the final battle look like? Imagine this endgame, one massive Avengers level battle. Dragon, the commander of the world's largest liberation force. Garp, the lion of the old era. Luffy, who is Joy Boy reborn. Ace, the flame of liberation. Sabo, the flame emperor strategist. And then you've got the likes of Ivankov, Kuma, Morley, Bello Betty. You might even have the Elbaf giants, Jinbei, and the Fishman army. And what about the Wano samurai, the former warlords like Mihawk, Hancock, Crocodile, and you might even get the Whitebeard remnants. You've got all of these being on the liberation side. Emu, all of the Gorosei, the ancient weapons that they might have racked up, the Seraphim, the Pacifista army, CP0, and any other Black Ops groups that are in the world government, and Akainu leading the charge like a rabid dog. And just when the world looks like it's going to crack apart, Garp dies protecting Dragon and Luffy. Can you imagine what Garp's last words are? Justice isn't a rank, it's who you protect. Tell me that scene wouldn't be so insane. To be honest, that scene would break the internet. So that's the world we're gonna get. I'm not gonna make this video any longer, but I guess we can call this when one old man made a different choice. No Marineford, no Ace's death, no pirate storm. Instead, a world reborn through revolution. If you want part 2 or some other theory, then I'd suggest that you subscribe to this channel and like this video so that it really boosts the algorithm and other people like you could see this. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for watching the video. Peace.